The night is still. A village lies quiet under the stars. Suddenly, a donkey brays. Loud, insistent, almost panicked. The people inside their homes stir uneasily. This is no ordinary sound. The Prophet Muhammad once said, "When you hear a donkey bray, seek refuge with Allah, for it has seen a shaitan." So animals pierces the veils that blinds human eyes. But is this simply faith, or is there something more? In the name of Allah, the most gracious and most merciful. This question has repeated itself across cultures and centuries, stirring the same unsettling sense. Do animals perceive realms hidden from us? Are their sudden cries and strange stares signs that they glimpse jinn, spirits, angels, or other forces beyond the human eye? Islam speaks directly to this mystery. The Quran draws a veil between the seen and unseen, al-ghaib. Indeed, He is the knower of the unseen and the seen, the great, the Most High. Angels, jinn, the soul, destiny, all are real but hidden. Humans are tested by believing without seeing. Yet the Prophet Muhammad revealed that animals sometimes pierce that veil. Abu Huraira narrates, "When you hear the crowing of a rooster, ask Allah for His bounty, for it has seen an angel. And when you hear the braying of a donkey, seek refuge in Allah from Satan, for it has seen a devil." The message is simple but profound. The rooster's crow is not mere noise, it signals the nearness of noble angels. The donkey's cry is not random, it warns of devils. Even dogs, the Prophet said in other narrations, may bark when they perceive presences invisible to humans, and at such times, believers are encouraged to recite words of protection. Classical scholars explained why this might be so. Ibn Taymiyyah wrote that jinn, composed of subtle fire, can interact with matter in ways imperceptible to humans but not to animals. Animals, he said, may sense their movements, vibrations, or even see forms that escape human eyes. Al-Ghazali described animals as beings of pure instinct, less clouded by ego and distraction, and thus sometimes more attuned to hidden realities. Ibn Kathir, commenting on Quran 7:27, "Indeed, he, Satan, and his tribe see you from where you cannot see them," added that Allah veiled humans for wisdom, but granted glimpses to animals not burdened with the test of faith. Even the companions of the Prophet noticed this. Umar ibn al-Khattab reportedly remarked that dogs barking at night without cause may be disturbed by the jinn. Stories circulate from early Muslims about livestock refusing to enter certain areas later believed to be haunted, or cats reacting violently when unseen forces were suspected nearby. These were not dismissed as superstition. They were seen as reminders of the thin line between the visible and the invisible. The Quran itself hints at the unique perception of creatures. In the story of Prophet Suleiman, animals, birds, and even ants are granted voices and understanding beyond human comprehension. Suleiman hears the speech of the ant warning its colony. The hoopoe bird brings him news of the Queen of Sheba. If some animals can perceive and even communicate realities hidden from ordinary humans, why not others too? This theme is not only Islamic. The Bible's story of Balaam in the book of Numbers 22:21-34 offers a striking parallel. Balaam rides his donkey along a path. Suddenly, the donkey halts, refusing to move forward. Frustrated, Balaam strikes it. Yet the animal persists, for it sees something Balaam cannot: an angel of the Lord, sword drawn, blocking the way. Only after the donkey miraculously speaks does Balaam's own vision open, and he sees the angel. Here, too, the animal perceives the unseen first. Jewish folklore preserves similar beliefs. Dogs were said to howl when the angel of death passed by, sensing its presence even when humans felt nothing. Cats were often regarded as guardians at thresholds, protectors against evil spirits. The Talmud records that animals sometimes perceive angels traveling unseen among men. Christian tradition associates animals with spiritual sensitivity in other ways. The rooster, for instance, became a symbol of vigilance and spiritual warning after the Apostle Peter denied Jesus 3 times, just as the rooster crowed. In medieval Europe, people believed certain animals fled from haunted places or cried out before death approached, responding to spirits that humans could not see. Eastern traditions also echo this theme. In Hinduism, animals are seen as sacred participants in the cosmic order. Monkeys like Hanuman perceive both gods and demons. Cows, revered as holy, are thought to embody purity and spiritual resonance. Birds often act as messengers of the divine, traveling between heaven and earth. Buddhism views animals as sensitive to karmic energies. A dog lying peacefully near a monk may be responding to the clarity of his spirit, while the same dog grows agitated in the presence of corruption. Their awareness is not intellectual but instinctual, aligned with unseen moral forces. Folklore across the world keeps these beliefs alive. In Native American traditions, owls were messengers of the spirit world, their cries signaling events beyond ordinary sight. In Africa, shamans worked closely with animals, trusting their instincts as guides to spiritual realms. Again and again, the same belief emerges. Animals live closer to the unseen than we do. Yet modern science, though skeptical of spirits, reveals something equally extraordinary. Animals do in fact perceive far more than humans. Our eyes are blind to ultraviolet, but bees and birds see it clearly. Our ears stop at 20,000 hertz, but dogs hear triple that range, and cats even higher. Mice squeak in ultrasonic calls we never hear. Bats navigate by echolocation, painting pictures with sound beyond our capacity. Dogs' noses can detect a teaspoon of sugar in 2 Olympic-sized pools of water, and they can even smell illnesses like cancer or diabetes by chemical changes in the body. Horses feel seismic tremors before earthquakes strike. Elephants detect infrasound vibrations that travel for miles. Even humble pigeons sense Earth's magnetic fields like invisible road maps. So when a cat stares at nothing or a dog growls at darkness, science argues it may be responding to real stimuli humans simply cannot detect: a vibration, a faint odor, a frequency. What seems like nothing is, to them, alive with signals. Skeptics conclude that religion built myths on these instincts. The donkey brays because it is startled. Islam says it saw a devil. The rooster crows because it sensed light. Islam says it saw an angel. Dogs howl because of sound waves. Folklore says they saw the angel of death. The behavior is the same. The meaning is cultural. Humans, they argue, simply tell stories to comfort themselves in the face of mystery. Yet even the skeptic must confront an uncomfortable fact. Across oceans and centuries, cultures agree on this point. From Arabian deserts to European villages, from Hindu temples to Native American forests, people observed the same thing: animals behaving strangely, as if seeing what humans cannot, and all concluded that the unseen was near. Why does this idea persist so powerfully? Is it mere coincidence or instinctive recognition that our senses are narrow and reality wider. Islamic scholars gave another layer of meaning. Ibn Taymiyyah said that while animals may sense jinn, some humans, especially the righteous, are also granted glimpses of the unseen. Saints, awliya Allah, might perceive what ordinary people cannot, not by animal instinct, but by divine unveiling. Al-Ghazali described moments of spiritual clarity where the heart sees deeper than the eye. Sufi saints often spoke of animals reacting in their presence, growing calm or agitated according to the spiritual states around them. Umar ibn al-Khattab was said to have noticed how dogs barked without cause in certain places, linking it to unseen disturbances. Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal narrated incidents of animals refusing to pass through particular spots believed to be inhabited by jinn. In Sufi circles, stories abound of animals guiding saints away from danger or reacting violently to evil presences long before humans sense them. For believers, these stories are not fables but reminders that creation itself, from the smallest bird to the greatest beast, participates in the balance between seen and unseen. Even eschatology ties into this. The prophet said that on the day of judgment, animals will testify against humans. The bird will speak of how it was treated, the camel of how it was burdened, the earth itself of what passed upon it. If they will one day bear witness to realities humans deny, is it surprising that they sometimes glimpse what humans ignore? And so the mystery deepens. Science strips away spirits, but reveals senses so extraordinary they border on the supernatural. Religion insists the unseen is real, and animals sometimes perceive it. Folklore bridges the two with stories that linger in human imagination. Atheism dismisses it as projection, yet cannot explain why the belief is universal. The night grows quiet again. The donkey falls silent. The dog curls back into its place. The cat finally looks away from the empty corner. To the human, the world is ordinary again, but the question lingers. Did the donkey bray at a predator or at a devil? Did the rooster crow at a flicker of light or an angel passing by? Did the dog howl at ultrasonic sound or at the angel of death drifting through the village? Perhaps the answer is not one or the other. Perhaps animals perceive real physical signals, but for humans, those signals carry meaning that points beyond. A rooster's crow becomes a reminder to pray. A donkey's bray becomes a warning to seek protection. The animal perceives the physical. The believer perceives the spiritual meaning behind it. Both truths intertwine. And so, century after century, in mosques and churches, temples and villages, deserts and forests, the same sounds stir the same unease. The unseen world presses close. Humans remain blind. But the animals, the dogs, the donkeys, the roosters, the cats, they see.